Alrighty, I think we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome one and all to the Baldur's Gate Worldwide Reveal, live with yours truly, YongYea. I am so freaking excited about this game. I mean, Baldur's Gate, it was once a BioWare franchise, at least. They were the ones who tackled it. I mean, obviously it takes place in the D&D world, and it's now a Wizards of the Coast thing. But they handed the keys to the kingdom to Larian, who, of course, made Divinity Original Sin 2. And, fucking A, if I'm not excited for this. Baldur's Gate. A new Baldur's Gate after so many years, and Larian of all studios to be handling this? Hell yes. I'm all about this. Let me know what the audio sounds like, if it sounds good. And hopefully the audio levels for the stream will be fine. But, so happy that all of you are here. Already got a couple thousand people here, which is awesome. And I know there have been some leaks of the game, some screenshots that are out there right now. And the screenshots alone exceed my expectations. So I cannot wait to see the game in motion. It straight up looks like... it has elements of like Dragon Age in it, but it's very much that isometric RPG. But there's like dialogue options that happen in a cinematic camera format. Oh, it looks so good. The visuals look stunning. And now I'm hoping to see what the gameplay is like. I'm sure they're going to adapt some aspects of Divinity Original Sin 2. But I also hope, they differentiate it enough from that game where Baldur's Gate 3 feels like its own thing. And, yeah. Yeah, how is the audio, folks? Audio perfect so far. Okay. I heard, there was, one user who said, that it was kind of quiet, but most people seem to be saying that it's fine. So... oh, yeah, some of you are noting that this is happening on the Stadia channel, and yeah, that's just where it's being hosted, weirdly enough. It's not a Stadia exclusive or anything, but I guess, I don't know, Stadia is paying them to host it on their channel, and I think Larian tweeted that if people go to the PAX panel that they're doing the worldwide reveal in, they're gonna get a free pro subscription for Stadia, which is... not that great of a gift currently, given the current state of Stadia, but... let's see. Yeah, most people are saying audio is good. I'm glad. But, yeah, so thrilled. From the leaked screenshots. Holy crap. And we have, what, less than 10 minutes to go? 9 minutes and 38 right now. In the meantime, yeah, I want to see what you guys, what your speculation is about this game. It's just been so long since Baldur's Gate 2. I don't remember that much about that game, but I don't know. I'm looking forward to seeing a Larian game that's like darker toned, Let's see, there's some fans of Divinity in the chat. Diana K says, your voice is sexy, Yong. Audio is good. Much appreciated. I'm glad it's working out for everyone. Turn-based, somebody says. Tormentor. That's pretty cool. I'm hearing some rumblings that it's a combination of both turn-based and not turn-based. Like, you can, choose either or. I don't know if, I heard that correctly. I don't know. I'm just seeing all kinds of rumors based on the screenshots that have leaked. But, Baldur's Gate is such an old game that I'm not sure how many people remember it, It came out back in 2000. That was... good lord, yeah. 2 decades ago. Whew. Pretty insane. But, yeah, I'm just looking forward to familiarizing myself with this world again. I'm wondering if I have to replay the first 2 games to like get the story of the third one, because it's just been so long. I really don't remember that much about it. Let's see, 7 minutes to go. Pillars of Eternity 2 did dual gameplay, somebody said. Okay, so maybe Baldur's Gate 3 will do something similar? Or, you know, whichever way they do it, I don't care. Just as long as it's a good RPG that harkens back to, you know, that Dungeons and Dragons style gameplay. And I saw, like, the dialogue options are pretty extensive. It's not like a dialogue wheel. It's actual options you can select when the camera zoomed into the characters you're speaking to. Very Dragon Age-esque. I'm really digging what I've seen so far. Yeah, a number of people not familiar with Baldur's Gate. It is an isometric role-playing game, essentially. And it's a classic. It's one of the most heralded PC games. And it came out back in 2000. And people have missed the franchise, you know. And I'll remind you again, it was BioWare. This was back in BioWare was still a great studio that published great games. And unfortunately, you know, we know what BioWare is like now, just a shadow of their former self. So I'm glad that BioWare is not the one helming this. There's too much at stake. This Baldur's Gate franchise is too beloved. Yeah, lots of newcomers to Baldur's Gate. Let's see. I'm trying to read up on Baldur's Gate because it's been so long, honestly. I never got to finish the original games. But Baldur's Gate 3 is going to give me the motivation that I need to go back and like actually play through the whole series before I delve into the third one. Let's see, what are people saying here? That's harsh. Gavin John Wardle says, who are BioWare? Oh boy. I wish I could forget. All joking aside, you know, we'll see where BioWare goes. I hope they... Like, my ideal future is for any company that's, you know, gone astray to find their path again, right? If BioWare can do that, that'd be the best outcome, but I'm not confident that that'll happen. If it does happen, great, but in the meantime, you know, Larian has some good stuff going on and plenty of other great RPG makers to, yeah, to fill the void that BioWare left behind. Let's see. 4 more minutes. I'm gonna check up on the stream, make sure everything looks good. Yep, face cam is up and looking all right. Yeah, a lot of people expressing how Baldur's Gate 2 and the original Baldur's Gate even was their childhood. Yeah. Indeed. So many folks that I know grew up on Baldur's Gate. And so seeing a resurgence for a title that's hibernated for all these years is kind of just thrilling. Jessica Carter, as long as it's not mobile, it is not. It is confirmed 100% to be a PC game. And is it also coming out on Xbox? And like, I know Divinity Original Sin 2 came out on other platforms. And the way they implemented the controller actually was really well done. So I imagine Baldur's Gate 3 is going to come out. Let me check that actually. Baldur's Gate 3 console. Well, I mean, it's going to come out on Stadia, so I'd imagine it's also going to be... And Stadia is, you know, you have that controller, right? I don't see why it wouldn't come out. Oh, wait, no, there's nothing confirmed yet for console. Right now, it's just PC and Stadia. Interesting. They're missing out by not releasing it on console, but I guess maybe it takes some effort to port the game over. I'm not sure. Zarvis19, 200 hours into Baldur's Gate for me. Good lord, man. Yeah, I know plenty of people who've poured like hundreds of hours into that game. It's an extensive RPG. CIPHER says, I've been watching your videos for a while. Love him. I love that you love him. Thank you so much. Oh, that's interesting. Alexander Morgolin. Pretty sure there is a fan version that connects both first and second games while using Baldur's Gate 2 as base, although I'm not sure if it's available on English. That's an interesting fan project. I'm going to look into that. If there's a mod or a fan project of that nature, I'd certainly love to dabble in that. Rufro X9, 200 hours. Ha 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 ha, noob. I guess somebody put in way more than 200 hours. Good lord. A lot of people expressing discontent at the whole Stadia aspect. It is also going to be out on PC, and that seems to be the priority for Larian. So, you know, there's that. It's not like a Stadia exclusive or anything of the sort. Although maybe like console versions are being delayed because of Stadia, maybe? Is that a thing? I'm not sure. All I know is that there's no console announcement yet as far as I'm aware. So, yeah. But, you know, if Divinity Original Sin 2 is indicative, then we know that Baldur's Gate 3 will eventually come to consoles. Jacob Moore, I grew up on the OG game and the GameCube PS2 series Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. I don't know if I've dabbled in Dark Alliance. Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. Huh. It's a hack and slash type of game. So it's a different take on... Whoa! Alright. Let's maximize this. There we go. A little bit of music to mull us over. World first reveal. Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay featuring Sven, Vink, and Jesse Cox. Awesome. At long last. Yeah, Jesse Cox. The name sounds familiar. Yeah, I think he's on YouTube and stuff. Right? Executive producer of Monster Prom. Huh. Well, that's cool, I guess. Let's see, what are people saying in the chat? Andrew Pike, I love your content, and yes, I believe that the game needs to be its own thing as well. Also, if you haven't heard, Microsoft pulled out of GDC. Coronavirus, yeah, I'm not surprised. I don't blame him, you know, I don't blame any company that pulls out, you know, safety first and everything. It's rough, the kind of disruption that's happening as a result of the coronavirus. Hopefully, you know, vaccines get to put out there sooner rather than later. Yeah, it's a scary thing, honestly. I'm concerned. Beck Carmen finally caught a live stream of you. Happy to support. Thank you so much. I'm glad you could stop by. It's always a pleasure to interact with the community. 8,000 people watching. Wow. Honestly, I wasn't expecting that many people to tune in today. I don't know why. But I guess a lot of people are as excited as I am for Baldur's Gate. And I'm especially excited because it's Larian, and I loved Divinity Original Sin 2 so much. I feel like Larian is... They're the masters of RPG. They're what BioWare was, you know, 20 years ago. Like, Larian has the potential to be the new BioWare, if you will. But with their own flavor. So I wish the studio all the best, and this doesn't seem to be one of those, you know, super corporate-driven games. It seems to be just a labor of love. As Divinity Original Sin 2 was. Clotono DK, if they make Neverwinter work on Xbox One, they might find a way to make Baldur's Gate work as well. You never know. Indeed. Yeah, a lot of first-timers as far as YongYea live streams go. Thanks for hanging out with me here. I know you could be doing other things, but it's flattering that you're here just hanging out as we excitedly await the reveal. Plenty of people asking me to stream gameplay. Man, I don't know, I'm not big on streaming. I like to play games privately. But, you know, I won't rule it out. I like streaming when it comes to, like, these game events where we can just relax and hang out, but when I'm streaming gameplay, I feel like I'm pressured into playing a certain way so that I look good while playing. I feel like I'm not allowed to fail because I know some people will get frustrated at the fact that I may not be performing as well as they would like. So, you know, I don't know. Those kinds of external pressures make Let's Play style live streams just... It makes me enjoy the game less. I like to take my time with games and kind of be able to screw around, and when I'm streaming gameplay, I don't feel like I can quite do that. Alexander Keith, I'm missing the birth of my first child for this. I hope it's worth it. I'm gonna assume that's a joke. Okay? But if it's not, I would highly recommend that you visit your first child and see the birth of your creation. Because, you know, there will be more YongYea live streams, but the birth of your first child, that's a once-in-a-lifetime thing there, my friend. But I'm assuming it's a joke. So, well played. Greetings from Germany. Let's go 10K. Are there 10K people watching? Yeah, we're almost there. 10K hype. Man, yeah, I didn't expect that many people to tune in today. It's kind of crazy. Let's see, Leia D, what was your first RPG? Did you grow up on Baldur's Gate or another one? My very first one. What was my very first RPG? The one that I most prominently remember in terms of what I would call the RPG I grew up with is Elder Scrolls. I grew up with Oblivion. Oblivion blew my freaking mind back in the day. And, yeah, that was, I mean, the ability to mod it was especially what kept me going with that game. I love the base game on its own, and I especially love the whole Thieves Guild quest line with the Gray Fox cowl and stuff like that when I finally got that. Was it Gray Fox? Yeah, it was Gray Fox. I'm like, am I just thinking Metal Gear? But no, like... Even in Elder Scrolls, yeah, there was a Gray Fox. And, yeah, I love that whole quest line, and when I actually got the cowl, that allowed me to sort of put the mask on, commit a crime, take it off, and then be somebody else, so that guards would, so that I could avoid crimes that way. That was such a cool element that I remember from Oblivion. And so, yeah, that was the thing that really made me a huge fan of RPGs. And then Skyrim was also great. Which is why, you know, given that I grew up with Bethesda games, it's why it's so heartbreaking to see the path they've taken lately. But, you know, we'll see what happens with Starfield and games like that. You know, Fallout 5 and Elder Scrolls 6, which is in the works. Siddhant Banerjee, I'm sorry, I mispronounced that. I'm sure I did. Hi from India. Love your content. Hope this tiny chat keeps you away from Raid Shadow Legends. I've heard things about Raid, and admittedly, I've gotten offers to promote that game. I have not responded back, and I don't think I will anytime soon.
Our program
Whoa.
begins now.
Holy crap, we're here. Let's see, how's the volume?
Hi everyone at home watching. Oh my god, I'm excited for this.
The volume on their end is kind of low right now.
I was gonna try and get you hyped, but you're doing it yourself. We can do this though. Hi, I'm Jesse Cox. I'm a massive Larian fan.
Can you guys hear him fine?
Gonna host this fun panel that we have in store for you today. I'm really excited. This is the gameplay reveal panel.
Yes.
For Baldur's Gate 3.
Hell yes. Give it up for that one.
We've got about 10 minutes of gameplay and about 8
Okay.
spreadsheets, a few pie charts, and 45 minutes of Q&A, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, geez.
We know what you love. Lots of spreadsheets. Numbers, lots of those. Anyway, all right. How many of you, by show of hands, are big Larian fans?
Whoa.
Right here, baby.
All
Right here.
And how many of you were like,
I'm gonna max out the volume
Baldur's Gate,
here.
I love that.
Oh, I mean, come on, of course.
And by a show of, I assume, 2 hands, how many of you are fans of both?
I mean,
I got everyone to do the wave. I'm feeling really good about that. All right. We're going to, look, I could talk all day. I could. But no one cares what I think. Because all of you are here to see this man, Sven Vink, is going to play for you.
oh, live.
Baldur's Gate 3. And I'm going to shut up and let him do that because this is going to be the coolest thing you will ever see. And I'm going to just hand it over to you.
Thank you very much, Jesse.
Live gameplay, okay. So it's not just a gameplay video that they have preset. This is like
Hold on, wait a minute.
I thought so.
We can get louder than that. This is going to be crazy.
an actual game he's playing
Front row. Thank you.
with keyboard and mouse.
We had to turn people away. There are people still outside. You need to get even louder to make them sadder. Louder. Get excited. Baldur's Gate 3. Scream for this man.
All right, here we go.
All right. Thank you. I love you too. So
The hype man's out of the way.
what you're about to see is a game that's still in development, so it's literally pre-alpha footage. We're not going to show you a video, we're going to just play. I don't know what's going to happen.
All right.
Furthermore, to make it even more exciting, the save game system is broken, so that means that if I die, if it's the party wipe, I'll just have to restart, so we'll try not to have that happen. If you see a bug, and inevitably you will see something, it's something that we see too, we'll fix it. We still have a whole bunch of time before it's going to be ready. It was announced that it's going to early access. We actually wanted to announce it today, but people were very excited about announcing it for us. So it's going to be in early access in a couple of months. We don't know exactly when it's ready for early access. And with that said, we're just going to start up with a small intro, and then we'll start chatting. Okay?
Ooh, the music's kicking in.
Yeah.
There's the main menu. Oh, the menu is very familiar. Looks very much like Divinity. These cutscenes are looking gorgeous. Is that a mind flare? Oh, hell yes. Yep. That's a mind flare. What is going on? Is that a snack? Oh no. Oh, he's gonna do a thing to her. Yep. That's gonna hurt. Oh god. Oh god! Okay. Oh no. In first person too? Oh no. Ah! This guy is not fucking around.
So we have a problem.
It is so good to meet you. Calm yourself. There is something I want to give you.
What is going on?
Are you?
Oh, there's a technical issue, I think.
Sorry, it's a different keyboard than I'm used to. There you go. I'm Sven.
I think the cutscene got cut off.
So, we're in character creation. I can select my background. So these are all the Dungeons & Dragons backgrounds that you know. If you play Dungeons &
Yeah.
I can change my body type. I can change my race, so I can play as a tiefling. I can play as a drow. I can play as a human.
Oh my god.
Yankee. I can play as a dwarf. I can play as an elf. I can play as a half elf. I can play as a half drow. I can play as a halfling. And there's more, but we're only showing a few. These are the races that will be going into.
That's amazing.
And there more will be added afterwards. And so depending on which race I pick, I get different features. I can also select which class I'm going to play. We have 6 classes that will be available on early access from the get-go, and then we'll just add more as we progress. So I can play as a wizard, cleric, fighter, ranger, rogue, and warlock, and then I can pick the ability points that go with that, and select my skills in which I'm going to be proficient. Today we're going to play an origin story, so we have different origin stories. There's going to be 5 that are going to be in early access. There will be more after.
Like in Divinity.
So this is Lizelle. She's the girl you saw in the intro. So she's a Githyanki. Gale is a wizard. He has a very big problem, and that's pretty much that he's going to explode. Shadowheart, she's a dark cleric, so she's got quite a story too. Will is a monster hunter who made a pact with the devil. He regrets it. And today we're going to play as Astarion, who is a vampire spawn. He's a noble. So vampire spawn is not really a vampire. He has a vampire to which he is a slave. He's a high elf, which means that we get to select a cantrip for him. So we're going to pick Mage Hand because we're going to do cool things with it.
Oh, Mage Hand, classic.
Set for him, so we just have to click the Venture Forth button and we can continue our adventure.
So the Mind Flare sets up the character creation somehow? Interesting. Oh, wow. He's got a ship and everything. As someone who's continuously playing Dungeons and Dragons, what a treat this is. To see the classes, the backgrounds, the races, the skills, all fully represented. Whoa. Interesting. Oh my god, that ship. For those who are invested in the D&D lore, will know about the snail-shaped ship. The cinematic. Oh my god. That's one hell of an intro. CGI is on point, says Will, indeed. Also, I know the audio's quiet, but it's not on my end. I've got it maxed out.
So we're going to skip the tutorial because it's not ready yet. And so I'll tell you what happens in tutorial, or at least in a nutshell. We're going to capture that Nautiloid. We're going to do that together with the Githyanki warrior that you saw captured in the intro. And we're going to teleport it to a place called Faerun, more specifically to the Sword Coast, more specifically 200 miles to the east of Baldur's Gate. That was, by the way, the city that you saw destroyed is not Baldur's Gate, it was Yartar. Goodbye, Yartar.
So much D&D lore got dropped right there.
Daylight. It can't be. What the hell's is going on?
So what I forgot to mention is that my vampire spawn normally can't walk in the sunlight, he can't go over running water, and he needs an invitation if he wants to enter somewhere. But apparently he can walk in the sunlight, so that's kind of handy for us. So he's going to try to figure out what's going on. So I can control the camera and put it in third person, so then it's running behind me. Or I can just go back top down and then basically play it in a traditional manner. So I'm going to like going like this, and let's have a look at what
That's
we
a
can find.
cool perspective.
Have a look over there.
These visuals, I'm loving this.
The sunlight. So this is a river, it's called the Gayontar,
Better not push my luck.
and it reaches all the way to Baldur's Gate, but we have no boat, so we're going to have to go in a different direction. Obviously, you can see that it's been a lot of fun over here. Mangled Fisher, you have the little
Waste of
letter.
perfectly good blood.
The love letter is none of my business. So.
Was the sky always this blue? It's magnificent.
Starren doesn't really care about the fact that everybody's dead. Apple. She is banging at that door, so let's go ask and introduce ourselves.
Ooh, the cutscene.
What? Oh, it's you. I saw you on the ship. You survived then?
Suddenly I saw what she saw, felt what she felt. Anger, confusion, resolve.
Ooh.
You've got the same thing I do. In your head. I felt it.
Are they a hive mind?
Okay, so I have a whole bunch of dialogue options.
Is it the worm thing that went in their eye?
Tadpole. I was already introduced to that in the tutorial. We call it mind melding. So we both have a tadpole in our head, and we can telepathically connect to each other. But I'm also very hungry, so I'm playing this from the point of view of Astarion, vampire spawn. So you will see that all of my choices will be tailored to being Astarion, essentially. So I'm going to stare at her and realize that I'm very hungry.
What's the matter with you? Has that tadpole scrambled your brain already?
So I can basically say, okay, well, I'll just feed, or I can swallow my urge and feign ignorance, which is what I'm going to do because I need a companion.
Come on. The chase through hell, the creatures, what they did to us, the tadpole. That thing is going to consume us from the inside and turn us into mind flayers. You and I need a healer. Finding one won't be easy in this wilderness. We'll need supplies. I'm hoping something of use might be behind these doors, but I've barely made a dent in them so far.
Okay, so I can offer to help her, but I'm a rogue also, so I can tell her to save her strength, then that I'll pick the lock.
By all means. I'm going to see what's at the top of this cliff. Hopefully there's no more of these creatures along the way.
I will... Well, actually, I'll suggest that we join forces and say that that gives us better odds of survival.
Or just company for our final moments. But you're right. Whatever lies ahead will be a little less daunting with support. You can call me Shadowheart.
I can tell her that I'm a star in a reformed vampire spawn who can walk in the sunlight, or I can choose not to tell her, which is a good idea. And I can also question her what she knows about the things in each of our heads.
Very little. Supposedly, those monsters breed by planting their tadpoles in people's heads. Over time, the infected victim turns into a mind flare. I don't remember how long it takes, but we should hurry.
So that's a problem. I'll introduce myself, Astarion,
Lead the way, Astarion.
and I have made my first companion. I can try
Hey.
to lockpick that door, but I don't have a lockpick, so that's not gonna...
So yeah,
So, oops, and I got myself into the door. All right, let's see if this fine gentleman has something of use. That he
ooh.
doesn't.
Nope, no lockpick. Yeah, very much like Divinity Original Sin 2, just an extensive amount of dialogue options, influenced by
Oops.
your skills, your background,
Introduction to combat when you see something like that. So let's try and see.
and all
what
of
it
these
is.
different elements.
Where are they? Oh yeah, this is. So combat is turn-based
Okay.
because Dungeons and Dragons is a turn-based system, so we base ourselves on that. I need to be very careful for these intellect devourers because if they get too close to me, it will be very painful. This can actually end up in a party wipe, but I'll do my very best not to let that happen. I'm going to seek the high ground in Dungeons and Dragons, seeking advantage, so I have to roll twice. which is a good
Obi-Wan
idea
style.
Because there's a lot of dice rolling going on behind the scenes, as you'll soon see. We translate the dice rolls into percentages so that you don't have to do all the mathematics yourself. So this gives me a 90% chance to hit, so that's a pretty good one. Also,
Wow. That's shit luck right there.
I'll manage, don't worry about it. That's a 45%, that's not so good. But
Is he gonna hit that?
I'm casting Sacred Fire, let's see what that does.
And he hits 45%, okay.
Damage. So if you're curious to know how the calculations are happening, they're happening behind the scenes here. You can just hover over it and then you can learn all of the math behind the numbers that you see, which is why Jesse said lots of numbers. We're going to be very brave and we're just going to go up there. And then I'm going to see how far I can get the star in because I don't want him to die right away.
Ooh, loving this music.
Well, she's not really me, she's just my recruit, so I'm going to cast Shield of Faith of her. The bonus actions, these are my actions, these are my bonus actions. You just see, yeah, it says AP, it's a little bit misleading, but it's actually just the actions that you have. But sometimes you can have two of them. So I'm going to end my turn, and now it's the enemy's turn.
What about movement? Does each character have maximum movement?
That's good.
Nice. Oh man, I can't wait for this.
Not that bad. So what I'm going to do with Shadowheart is I'm going to try something that's a little bit risky, but sometimes works. I'm going to use Shove, and I'm going to try to... Yeah, there you go.
Nice.
That guy's a little bit further from me, and then she can still hammer at that guy.
Interesting.
Hitting very well. And then I'm going to shoot with a star at that guy. So yeah, we're doing pretty good actually. All right.
I love the tactical nature of this combat system.
Ooh.
Ouch. Oh, he's almost dead.
Ooh.
Oh.
So combat is fairly high stakes, as you can see. So they have a reaction, so that basically means if she walks away from here, they're gonna hit her, which is not good.
Attack of opportunity.
So what I'm gonna do, and he can't walk. Yeah. So I have a jump. I didn't want to use it yet, but first I'm going to. Oh man. That's jump as a bonus action in VG3. So that means that I can't use another bonus action, but it acts as a disengage also, and it's enhanced by my tadpole that I have inside of me. I do have one action that I can still do, so I'm just going to try it out. This is my mage hand. My mage hand is bad at many things, but it's very good at throwing stuff. So I'm gonna just slap it. There you go.
I'm picking up that spell for sure.
I wanted to show this to you today, but you have no idea how nervous I was about doing it because I was going to get in this situation. So I obviously should have approached them in a completely different manner. We'll see in the next combat how you can actually be much more strategic on it. Famous last words, I guess, but we'll see. All right, she is hurting, so she's going to drink my first healing potion. I don't have a lot of them. Then she's just going to, well, actually, I don't want to use it.
Okay, so drinking potion is a bonus action.
Maybe I'll get lucky. All right, well, can I run even further? No. All right, here it comes. That's
Okay,
good.
that's good.
Oh, no. He's getting back up.
Oof. Good lord.
Very high stakes. He's hiding for the shot. That's interesting. Okay.
Doesn't have much health left. Might as well kill that one.
So 80%. So, sorry. Yeah, you can also throw bodies that you find in the world, but it's not working. So that's why I'm using the shove, actually. It's working, but it doesn't look as good. Oh, why did I go to sneak? I misclicked. Really, did I put my hand into sneak? That's really clever. Okay, so...
That's why you need a quick save in this game.
Gonna be alive, I think so. There you go.
Constantly.
Right, 90% shot. That should, oh yeah, actually I have a pin down attack, which is a action that you get with your weapon. So each weapon that you get gives you an extra type of action. Yes, I know that you're sneaking. Right.
Oh wow, that's not good.
You got this. You got this.
Hold on, I have a plan. I got a bottle with grease, so I'm just gonna throw. Can you stop hand? And normally he's not supposed to be able to hit like this. Actually, can't you do anything useful? If they want to attack you, maybe. Ooh. Oh, they killed. No, they didn't kill hand. Okay. All right. So they did kill hand. Yeah, hand is not supposed to die, but.
Man.
Well, it's going swimmingly.
This feels like a D&D game where you have
Okay, so I wanted to throw...
Plan A.
So I have a throw action. I can throw pretty much everything. In a presentation I did previously, I threw my boots. So for comedial effect, I'll just throw my boots. Maybe
Wait,
I'll
really?
Just kill him. Oh, that's it.
Really? Wow.
Right.
This is so D&D. You have plan A, but you have to go with option 7. Because everything goes wrong.
Where is she?
That's hilarious, though. You can throw your frickin' boots at an enemy.
No, it's enter, yeah.
I guess it's like an improvised weapon in D&D. I'm loving this.
So she's down. She's not dead yet. So that's the good news.
Oh,
basically how
death
this
saves?
works is, this is death saving throws. So,
Yes.
Each turn, there's going to be a roll behind the scenes, and
10 or
if we
higher.
Roll, then we're going to get a little blue spot like this. And if we have 3 of them, she gets stabilized, which is cool. And if we get 3 red ones, because it's a bad roll, then she dies. And they are going to keep on hitting at her, because if she goes to the negative of her maximum HP, she dies too. So
Yeah,
we're
that's
going to try to avoid.
yeah.
that
It's
from
all
happening.
just D&D rules.
But I'm really not.
If you've read the player's handbook,
So
yeah, this is very familiar.
shouldn't have thrown the boost, by the way. That was a really stupid move. This looks like a really good hit.
This is
Good.
fucking great.
Excellent. And we have 1 guy left. Thank you.
Nice.
Uh,
Think you can pull through? Oh no. Oof, that was close.
okay, well, let's hope that this one's gonna go right.
Wow. Oh my god. That's a natural 1 he rolled right there. And a d20 die. Oh shit, he's gonna die. Oh man.
Bravo.
Wow. That's really shitty luck.
Oh man. Okay, well, I did tell you that. Oh, stand up, no, stand up. Hold on, does this work? I was too late. All right, so So I do have the save game problem is real. So it is genuine. So I need to restart. So I'm just going to do a quick restart. I'll just do it as fast, and then we'll do Q&A for 5 minutes.
Level 1 party wipe. All right.
Get out of the way early.
Yeah, that's why they gave us a half-hour extra, Jesse.
Yeah, absolutely. You're fine.
I'll just
People who play D&D in the
we'll go to
chat.
next one, 'cause otherwise,
Everyone's like, welcome to D&D. Yep, that's relatable.
luckily for you, we have escape buttons that allow me to rapidly. Let me do that. I cantrip.
Oh, man.
Mage hand, venture forth. Go forward into the game.
Okay, well, it's loading in pretty fast, so he can try again pretty quickly.
And I will recruit Shadowheart again, so I'll do that in the shortest possible
Oh,
manner.
man.
And then I
Yeah,
suggest
F
we try to
indeed.
avoid
F to
the
pay respects.
detective orders. Take a different route if we can. And if we can't, well, we'll have
This is so D&D, and what I love about this is that it is actual gameplay, right? It's not like
so, yeah.
all
I've done
made
this.
to look perfect and cleaned up. Like, this is real gameplay. He died for real, you know? It's an actual game that's running.
Definitely do not die on
That's
it.
not like scripted and shit. I personally love this.
It's
Like, it shows it's a real game.
Speaking of the game, I'm gonna make him walk over there.
what the hell's is going on?
Like, not some fake, you know, Anthem style
Astarian,
BS
run,
gameplay.
Run, Astarian, run over here. Thank you. So, meantime, we can have a look at the backside of the UI. So, this is where you see all my
People
equipment.
mentioning the critical miss.
Here you see all of my abilities, and so when you click on
Was
them,
the sky
you see
always this
your skills.
Oh, yeah.
Distances. And this is my spell book, where the spells that I know are going to be learned.
The classic D&D abilities, yeah. With the exact same associations.
Blasted doors,
Look at a D&D character sheet and, yeah.
It's you.
That will look very familiar right there.
I saw you on the ship. You survived then.
Suddenly I saw what she saw, felt what she
Uh,
felt.
Wichiden mentions here that intellect devours in Dungeons and Dragons are CR4, so, you know, for level 1 characters, they're actually pretty powerful.
You've got the same thing I do. In your head. I felt it.
Okay, so I'm just going to be very nice and, well, actually, well, no, I'm just going to recruit her right
Come
away.
on. The chase through hell. The creatures. What they did to us. The tadpole.
So there's all the same dialogue
That thing is going
options.
to consume us from the inside.
Can you
and
not
turn us
skip the
into mind
dialogue?
flayers. You and I need a healer. Finding one won't be easy in this wilderness. We'll need supplies. I'm hoping something
I also
of
love the
use might be
dry
behind
humor of
these
the
doors.
presenter.
But I've barely made a dent in them so far.
It just makes this just so funny.
I'm going to help
Be
you.
my guest, but that door's too strong. Maybe there's another way. Up the cliff.
I really like that cliff.
Hopefully there's no more of these
Comments like
things.
that. Really like the cliff.
Or just company for our final moments.
Well, that was true.
But you're right. Whatever lies ahead will be a little less daunting with support. You can call me Shadowheart.
Yeah, I'm Astarian.
Lead the way, Astarian.
Do you want to take an audience vote on if we do this fight again?
Yeah. Oh, yeah? Okay, alright, alright. Alright.
This
Okay,
guy is
so now
super
I'm
sassy.
gonna play it like a pro.
It's awesome.
Do it really well, and I'll show a few other
Let's
things.
see
First
how
of
he
all,
changes up his strategy. Ooh, sneak.
I am
A little
gonna
bit of
dip
stealth.
my bow into the fire.
Oh, okay. That's cool.
Then I'm gonna press this button, which allows me to enter turn-based mode outside of combat. And so in that way you can sneak up on people and you can do all kinds of things that they don't expect you to do.
Hmm.
And basically the way that works is
Oh,
that
the
they have
movement
6
is down here.
seconds.
That's max
Oh, yeah,
movement.
these are- oh, man. I wonder if I can make this shot.
In Divinity, you only had action points, and movement and attacks and everything
It's the enemy's turn.
consume action points.
They
Here it's more like
control
D&D,
6
where it's
seconds.
action, bonus, and movement
So that's good.
separate.
You see that
That's
over
cool.
there? That's explosive. So I'm going to try to get there. And shoot it. 96%.
Nice. There we go. If that would have missed. Oh, and there's initiative roll.
Shadowheart is still waiting for me. Like, I'll make her join combat. Okay. This is much better. I feel much more relaxed about this fight. I'm gonna pin him down. So he can't get too close. There you go. This is how it's
Nice.
supposed to be. And then I did actually have a very strong attack, but I never got to use it, which is Guiding Bolt.
Ooh,
and
yes.
now, where's the other guy?
Classic
He's still
D&D
there.
spell.
I'm gonna wait. Just gonna do it.
Guiding bolt.
Yeah, very successful also.
Ah.
But just put her in front of it. Put on my shield. And
Shield of Faith. Okay.
he can't move anymore, so that's good. The other guy is very enthusiastically coming towards us. She's going to use her Guiding Bolt, which in general tends to kill them in one shot. There you go, 15
Ooh.
damage. And
Nice.
then, we're going to shoot.
You fight well.
That one way better.
All right. So that was exciting.
It's the difference between rushing in and then planning things out.
Rocket and dagger. I don't need a dagger. I got one already.
Oh man, this game looks so good.
So let's put that one on. There we go. And go forward and explore a little bit more. See what the world has to offer us.
And if you're a D&D player like I am, like you will appreciate all the little details, I think, a lot more.
Okay. So, like in all of our games, you can move things in the environment, but we've added a whole bunch of stuff that you can do. So you can, for instance, make a stair. Why would you make a stair? Well, because you want to walk on it, of course. Let me do that. Oh shit!
This Gemmo is everything.
It's fine. You're doing great. It's fine.
Alright, well.
Oh, look at her health.
Right. I think,
She should drink a potion.
okay, so here's another example of why you would want to do turn-based mode. Say that you want to kill this boar or talk to it or whatever. You can now just press the button and then you can just plan your move, close to it, and then it has 6 seconds. So
man.
if I press my spacebar now, it will move for 6 seconds. And then
So right here, 9 piercing damage.
We'll use this to surprise people and sneak up on them and hopefully do it really well.
So that was 1d8 plus something damage.
Well, no, I'll just do it.
The dexterity bonus.
You think you can make this jump without dying? She can. She can. She's pretty badass normally, so it's usually Astarion that dies. So this is an example of a passive check. So my nature skill was used to discover something, and so if it would have failed, I wouldn't have found it, of course. So I found a little cache. The cache belongs to the harpers, so it gives me a little secret. But it's especially this thing that I need. This is a potion of speed. It will double my movement points, and it's going to also allow me to get 2 actions, which is really good. Because we're going to try a very complicated stunt. Which will probably succeed or fail. See what I did there, but it's probably succeed or fail. Okay. No, well, actually, first we're going to go to camp.
This game looks so freeform, much like with Divinity. You can really just get super creative with how you use your skills and how you navigate the environment.
This seems as good a place as any to make camp. And rest. Huh. Might as well adapt to the Daywalker's ways.
So your camp is a place that's going to expand over time. You will be able to get followers in your camp. Your companions will obviously be here also. And so there's a lot of relationship building happening in your camp.
I'm not sure this is a good idea.
Tell her
Oh.
not to question me, or... but I'm going to try to befriend her, so I'm going to ask her what she means.
There are lit fuses in our heads. Sooner or later, they're going to blow. Each hour that passes, the thing inside us grows. We need to find a healer. Let's wake up at first light.
Okay, so I'm going to agree with her, because finding help is indeed our very first concern.
Maybe we'll get lucky. We're overdue some good fortune. Rest well. We'll need our strength.
Rest.
I tried to rest, but my mind wouldn't settle.
Some backstory.
Just yesterday, I had been seducing a young noble, luring him to my master's lair. Since then, I've been kidnapped by mind flayers, chased through hell by dragons, and fallen from the sky. And I felt the sun on my skin. I should have burst into flames.
So I can ask myself questions, a little bit of a moment of introspection. I can think of my master who will be furious. It could be a vampire spawn. Yeah, actually, it's a good question. Can a vampire spawn even become a mind flayer?
The worm in my head might not even have an appetite for undead meat. Until I knew more about the tadpole, I wasn't sure how much danger I was in. I had to understand it, master it. I needed to find someone who knew more about this thing.
So I'm going to try to get some sleep, and I'm going to imagine dragging my old master into the sunlight. And that's a persuasion against myself, so I need to roll, I need to do an intelligence check, basically.
DC of 6. That shouldn't be too bad. 6 plus.
Right on target.
Oh, right on the money. Nice.
So the way that works is actually
D20
there's
roll.
ability modifiers on it, but we just show you the actual DC that comes out at the end.
The
I
difficulty
drifted off with a smile,
value.
meditating on the flames that engulfed his cruel face.
He's gonna be happy in the morning. Okay, let's continue our little adventure. So all
Now
of the dialogues in the game, like literally all of them, have been performance captured, voice recorded, given cinematic treatment. There hasn't been any compromise because of all the cinematic that we're doing in there, so there's plenty of permutations. And you need to realize that I'm now playing with Astarion, so if we wouldn't be playing with Astarion, we would have different things happening to us. And you'll see that we've gone very far in this.
There may be even more that survive a crash.
Some people are mentioning like some of the animation looks a little janky.
Worth checking for supplies, maybe.
Keep in mind this is like pre-alpha. So this game's still early in development. This was something that was mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, so...
Shitty sword.
So technical elements are still not fully fleshed out. Again, it's actual live gameplay of an early build.
I'm gonna go over there.
No Anthem fake gameplay BS, you know?
Alive? That's unexpected. Last I saw you, you were lying in a crucible's worth of blood. An intellect devourer nibbling at your ear. Glad to see my eyes deceive me. I'm Gale. Well met.
So
Hail and
my
well
vampire
met.
option is that I send something off. I was certain he would taste like bile.
Wow.
I can obviously draw my weapon because I don't trust the guy. Well, I'm going to take the vampire one.
Speechless? Might be the shock. We went through a traumatizing experience. If an instructive one.
He asked if by trauma he referred to the thing they put in my eye.
Yes. The ocular penetration by an illithid tadpole, which will end with our souls being snuffed like strands of weave caught in dead magic. Not to mention, you're staring at me like a Rashimi at a blackboard. You're no wizard, are you?
I can obviously just decide to feed.
That'd be kind of cool to see.
I will tell him that I don't take kindly to insults.
Thin-skinned and a dodger of questions. Usually means the answer's no. Guess that'll have to wait. Primary need now is a healer. I take it you recall the insertion of the parasite?
Not only did I recall it, I said I was already enjoying its effects, referring to the fact that I can walk in the sunlight.
Interesting. Are you aware that after a period of excruciating gestation, it'll turn us into mind flayers? A process known as ceremorphosis? It is to be avoided. I assume you're no accomplished healer either. Powerful cleric, maybe?
Okay, was this a conversation or an interrogation?
Just trying to figure out where we stand. Conclusion? Nowhere. You and I are in a whole lot of trouble. We need help, and I'm not sure where we'll find it in this wilderness. How about we embark on the quest for a healer together?
Yes, I need a wizard. A wizard is going to be very
Most
good.
excellent.
Ah, a
Then,
wizard.
without further ado, let's be off. Besides, looks like you keep some interesting company. A woman with shadows for eyes, deep as the dark lake. Pleasure, madam.
This guy's a playboy, huh?
Is it indeed? We'll see.
All right,
Party of 3.
get along smashingly.
Assuming it's a maximum party of 4.
Let's get over there. Just gonna do a few things for. Oh yeah, actually I did kill them, so we're good. So I'm gonna separate him from my party because I know what's coming. So I want to show you something, and I'm gonna go with them. Well, actually, I'm first gonna position him because these guys, this can turn out badly as a combat. So I'm gonna go over here.
I was gonna, yeah. This is very much like Divinity.
I'm gonna jump here. Then I'm gonna sneak. And so the way sneaking works in Baldur's Gate 3 is that if you see a shadow, it's gonna lightly obscure you. All right? If you walk into
Oh.
the sunlight, you are going to be in the clear area. So when you're in a clear area and you get seen, you are caught on sight. If you go into a obscured area, then you have to roll a stealth d20, and yeah, if you get caught, you get caught. But you might actually succeed. If you're heavily obscured, as you will soon see, you can actually just walk right past them.
Interesting. That's a cool
It's kind of
mechanic.
cool because every single shadow suddenly has use.
Yeah.
But it also means that you can manipulate shadows because you can look light or you can remove light. Anyway, he's here standing on his crate because that's what he does. So I'm just gonna leave him here, and then I'll go over here. And I'll
Yeah, so this is very Divinity 2-esque.
demonstrate
Separate the
a small
characters,
thing that I just discovered this morning.
position
So
them
normally what I do here is, well,
strategically.
First of all, I show that you still have all kinds of environmental interactions that you can use, everything that makes sense within the world of Dungeons and Dragons that we've put in. So you can vaporize water with fire, but there's also other cool things that you do. So normally I just show this and I say, okay, well, this is where we are. We start from here. Basically, I do it to show that you can navigate over a very high and vertical world. But I
Damn.
figured that if I cast Featherfall, then I make a jump.
Featherfall, yes. I'm familiar with that spell.
Boom. Okay.
You don't
She still
die.
has I know. If she would have jumped without Featherfall, maybe we can do that too. She will die. Anyway, now he has to walk back, but let me just do that. Featherfall is a very useful spell. The game has an enormous amount of verticality. We'll never get to the places where the verticality is high today, because yeah, we just don't have enough time, and we introduced it gradually to players. But you will be surprised by how much stuff you can do. You can walk on roofs. You can jump all the way down into very, very, very deep holes. Just don't forget the Featherfall. The problem with Featherfall is it takes up if you use it. Well, never mind. I'm not going to say that. All right. Let's do the thing I was supposed to do. Okay. So, and let's regroup them. There's a small problem with the interface here, so you're not always seeing if they're grouped, but they should be grouped, hopefully. No, you're not grouped. You don't want to be grouped. You're grouped. Okay. So let's go meet these fine gentlemen and say hello to them.
You're both twice as tall as me, but have half the bloody backbone. But we don't know what that thing even is. And what about the crypt? I'm telling you, it's a ship. And the crypt can wait. Mari and Barton have been trying to break in for days. Now we... Stop! Got ourselves competition already. That's our ship.
Okay, so we have a bunch of persuasion options.
Of
I can
course.
Tell them that I was just looking around. Tell them that the ship was full of monsters. My many comrades were coming. Or I can try to intimidate them. I'm going to tell them that there's plenty of monsters, and then that's going to be a roll.
Ooh, big money. Plus modifier?
Fail,
Ah,
fail,
damn.
Which is fine. I mean, it's.
You're all hot
okay.
air. Think you can get us to leave that bounty to you? Not a chance. What are you lot waiting for? Get her!
More combat. All right. Well, there's a guy who's stealthed up there.
Luckily for me, I planned for this.
Right.
So if you do a shot out of a sneak position, that is a 100% chance.
Ooh, interesting.
So,
Damn. Holy crap.
okay, so that was my action for this one. So let's try to do this really well. I'm going to use grease. So grease is going to create difficult terrain for these
That was
players.
a Superman punch right
Difficult
there.
terrain is basically going to halve their movement speed as they're trying to go over it. So that's good. We made grease flammable, so if I can put fire on it, it's going to hurt them double. Unfortunately, I have no source of fire anymore because I used up my my fire bolt. So Shadowheart, however, is going to use her bolt. 75% chance. I think this guy is the strongest. I'm going to do it on that one. Oh,
Oof.
yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Where am I? So let's see.
Was Guiding Bolt a cantrip or a level 1 spell?
Somebody's going to have to stand there.
I'm gonna look that up.
She can increase her AC.
If you don't know D&D, you probably
So there too.
don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
Down. That's good.
Let's see.
That's a witch bolt, so she can every turn, as long as
First
she's
level.
concentrated, she's gonna be able to hurt me. So I need to do something about that. Otherwise, this guy's trying to go up to get his advantage back. He changed his mind.
Technical
I
issues.
wonder if he's having a problem here.
Yep, the AI.
In an eternal loop. Alright, I'm gonna have to use a cheat here. No, oh, change that. Wow, okay.
That is one indecisive
Yeah,
halfling.
no, it did work. I actually destroyed his ladders secretly with a secret button, which will remain secret. It's the advantage of a development version. Okay, well, let's just do it and see what it gives, right? Throw item.
This is what a pre-alpha game looks like, folks. Ooh, okay.
Not that bad. You can actually jump on them also, and that hurts them too.
There's a lot of environmental interaction.
You could, for instance, combine that and then jump on somebody.
This demo is just
This was
a riot.
Really, but it was just a throw. I can still shoot.
It's pure chaos.
Because otherwise Shadowheart is going to be in trouble.
And I love it.
Doesn't have to be a pin down. 75% chance. Oh, that's...
Obviously, they have to iron out the kinks in the final game, but it's an early
So,
build, so
that
I'm just
means
enjoying the
that
ride.
She is now home free. She can... why doesn't she have her spell slot? Oh, well. 40% is not good. I'm going to disengage using my jump. I can do this once in combat. Okay. And I'll just damage. Oh man.
Oof.
Where is a star? No, star is there.
The enemy's rolling really well today.
It's like I was a little bit too enthusiastic in sending Gale.
I've had those sessions in D&D where I'm rolling like shit, and the
Interesting.
dungeon master is just killing it. Ooh.
Yeah. That was good actually. This changes things completely. Alright.
Was that a critical hit?
So he's going to come for Gale.
Oh, that was a critical hit. Wait, killed Gale?
Shadowheart? How far are you? He's gonna keep on hitting it, right?
So no death saves, not unconscious, but full on dead.
Try to... No, we're gonna shoot her. She's still far from us. Pity I don't have any fire left. Yeah, good. Then Shadow.
Yeah, nat 20. As many people in the chat are noting,
Far, don't have anything
it was a
against
critical
her.
hit.
can dash. Okay, I'm gonna make her dash. That gives her double movement speed. Well, I'm not gonna get very far, but getting a bit farther. That cancels the entire effect. But maybe if I yell at them, I can't yell. I don't have a yell yet. We will have that, but it's not dead yet.
There's gonna be a yell function. Oh.
Ow. It's pity that they can't. Well.
What? What happened?
Okay. Now we need to make this. We're not gonna die here.
Wait, how'd she die?
I gotta think. Do not want to restart again. Say it again. Oh yes. Thank you.
That's why you guys are here.
Shadowheart has it, but we have magic pockets. We have magic pockets.
Oh, okay. That's good.
You're basically telling me to run away, right? Oh, I have an excellent idea. This is going to work really well. So let me first try killing him. Actually,
It's time to improvise. Ooh.
did I throw something already? Oh, but I can still do my cantrip apparently. Aha. That's my second action though. I want to run away. Let's run really far. Well, actually, I can shoot him again.
Oh, 70%. That's. Hey! Oh, they're making. Okay. He's. Neither of them are outright dead. They're making death saves.
She could still make it. If I can get close to her and give her a helping hand, so it's going to be up again. Where are you? You're there, right? What I don't
I wish.
want to do is get too close to you.
They need to increase the microphone volume for the presenter. That's all on their end, not mine.
Alright. We're gonna make it. We're gonna make it. Far shot with a 75% chance. So. No.
Damn. The heart of the dice is not on his side today.
No, actually. I'll throw a
Oh, we can
dagger.
throw
Makes a bit more sense.
a knife or a dagger.
Yeah, before, I mean, actually, those things help.
Yeah, every little bit. Oh no!
Trying to kill my party all the time. Such an awesome man. Okay, so this one works well. Yeah.
Jeez.
We'll get there. It might be hard work though. Oh, actually, but what I can still do. No, I get to shoot again. It's right. I keep on forgetting this. I got the second action. All right.
Okay.
Okay. Well. My boots.
Ah! All I'm gonna do.
Happens that you miss a lot.
Oh, she's full
Did he
dead.
get 2 shots anyway? Did he take potion himself? It's possible. So the AI thinks, looks at everything that it. Ah. Yeah. Thank you.
Do you have a? I don't think she can be revived. She's just
Alright,
dead.
So out of combat, their death saving throw. Oh, she's really dead. She's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's alive. That's good. I guess.
Do you have a scroll of resurrection or something? Revivify?
We'll leave her there.
Oh man.
She deserves it. Well, let's first see what they had to pick up. You mean I can't reach? I'm standing next to her. There you go. Let's actually. Let's give this to Gale. Fancy stuff. Make him look more like a real wizard. He's a rogue.
Yeah, there are a lot of clearly in this early stage there are technical issues with the game that he's.
Mentioning, of course, that you can play the game in multiplayer also.
that he's
So,
navigating
multiplayer,
through.
You can be multiple origin stories, etc. Well, etc. I have to mention it. You can play as everybody's a hero essentially in the multiplayer story. So there's a whole bunch of that functionality. It's going to be very cool. You're going to enjoy playing multiplayer. Like for instance, being able to participate in each other's dialogue, seeing what the other options another person is considering. Something that can be quite intense, as you'll see soon enough. Okay, so we're gonna go inside here.
Thank you, Gimblebok. Everything all right out there?
I'm gonna claim to be Gimblebok and ask him to let me in. Don't worry, we're safe. If it fails, we're okay.
There we go. A decent roll.
Alright.
You sound a bit shaken, boss. Hang on while I find the key.
You're dead!
Nope, you're dead. And the reason why is because I surprised him, and then when you surprise somebody, you get the initiative. And so this guy has absolutely no chance. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here.
You say that now, but the dice rolls, you never know.
There you go. And then I'm going to shoot him again the next turn.
You say he has no chance, but... Actually, no, he has no chance.
He's going to try to run away towards his buddies. I've played this before, which is fine. I'm going to shoot him again. There you go. And
Okay.
That's how easy it can be.
That worked out.
Alright, let's see where we end up.
Man, notice this game has like cinematic cam kill,
I'm going to do Asarian the Great Tomb Raider.
but the cameras are always kind of like clipping through walls and shit. So that's something they have to fix too.
Systemic use of all the systems can lead to great success. Actually, did I pick up my boots again?
Dust.
No, I'm bootless. Alright. I'm gonna take the gold. Never know if we get to buy something. Over here. Okay, so I'm gonna switch the lights off.
Oh, for stealth purposes, I presume.
I'm going to go sneak mode. Just play it carefully. And I'm going to put myself into forced turn-based mode. And I'm going to try to sneak up behind this one so I can kill her. So she's probably going to start turning back, so I'm going to go and stand in the corner here. I'm heavily obscured. Alright. So if I don't come too close, they are not going to detect me. Alright.
Stealth seems a lot more useful in this game than it was in Divinity Original Sin 2.
You have a little hole here, why?
Just the way it works, it's a little different.
The zone that she can see in, and then the zone just in front of her. But here, if I were standing here, I would have been actually okay. So let her come back. Oh man, no. Yeah. Okay, don't worry about it. Hello. This is my
Ooh.
sneak attack, so if I do it from melee, I get 1d6 extra damage while sneaking.
Just like in D&D.
How'd you get past that?
Why aren't you?
Back off!
Dealt damage, but not enough to kill her.
Bad. I'm not gonna bite her yet. I'm gonna keep my bite for later. Oh man, come on, really? Okay.
Man, shove is a really powerful move.
Actually, it's gonna be cool. Okay, so I'm gonna go over here. I guess it's safe. I'm going to take my dipping action. Dip it in the torch. No, not my sword, my bow. I think my arrows actually. That's what's suggested. Do that. Aha. And somebody put a pitch barrel here for me.
Oof.
Sorry.
That was a cool little strategy.
This is cool. Sticking an arrow that creates darkness. So, oh, this is better bow than my bow actually. So let's switch bows. So let's try to do that again.
ECO effects just tuned in. Is it turn-based? Yes, it is. It's very much like Divinity
Gonna try to
Original
get
Sin
into
2.
this place, but
Lock, handle. How does it open?
well, I happen to know, so small spoiler. So let me just do the same thing here. Try not to ruin it this time. I'm gonna go in here. Force turn base. So we're going to create a zone of darkness. So the zone of darkness is basically going to cover me like this, so that he can't see me while I'm in there. And then just wait, pass by. So zone of darkness essentially blocks the vision cone. Probably don't do this very well. All right. Okay, well, we'll just see what happens. I can handle this guy. There you go. Never mind that he doesn't.
At least there's no skeletons this time.
Nope. Let's go this way. And I want to. I hope it's going to work here.
Yeah, a lot of people noting this game looks
There you go.
like so much like Divinity Original Sin 2.
There's a secret handle that opens the door on the other side. Right. So now I'm going to just try to do it the other way.
Some are raising the question, is it too much like Divinity?
I will never know what happened to him.
Yeah, let me know in the chat what you think about that.
That was actually quite close. Right. So now he can see me. So I can just pickpocket him. Doesn't have anything on him. So it's just... okay, it's a little cutting a little bit short.
Oof.
Alright. That's the report. So the clearness comes from the light, of course. Okay. We're still working on better visualization of this, so I doubt that you're going to have it exactly like this when you get to play it. But starring the great Tomb Raider has managed to do something without being detected, which is quite an achievement. Alright, let's continue. So our door is open.
Yeah, I'm getting mixed feedback on the question that I raised. Some people are like, no, this is fine. Others are like, it's too much like Divinity. Interesting.
Homely.
Right, you don't have to sneak anymore. Also notice how the music changes when you start sneaking. The music system is super adaptive to everything that you do. Right, this has a tendency of going wrong. So I'll do my utter best. This is a
That's curious.
a tomb. There's dangerous things here. There's skeletons lying on the floor, and then there's things that are popping up. And then I have perception checks that are succeeding, that are failing. So you know that something's going to happen. And then there's this big thing in the middle. So and inside you find a cool weapon and a key and a skull. So we're going to take everything. And then you have grease appearing everywhere. And then you get fire.
Oh, it's a
appearing.
trap.
Right. So, but I knew exactly where to stand. And I'm going to enter turn-based mode, because turn-based mode is also something that you can use to navigate traps. So you got 6 seconds to think, and then the traps get their turn, and you get your turn. So
Oh,
you
okay.
get the gist. So the way that I figured out getting out of here is Mage Hand. Mage Hand can throw stuff, and so what I can do, you saw that I can make my own stairs, so I can make a stair out of here.
Mage Hand seems indispensable in this game.
So now over here. Let the evil traps do their thing. And then go back to Mage Hand. And I gotta do it the way that I'm doing it, because I practiced this, and when I did it wrongly, I threw it too far, the crate got damaged, and then I jumped on top of it, and then the crate destroyed, and then I died anyway, so... there we go. Okay, one more. So having turn-based mode allows us to do much cooler traps and not having you to require to have lightning fast reflexes in what is a game which has many spells, many actions that you can do. So it's kind of handy to have. Alright. Also solve
Yeah,
the
this game
problem.
retains the environmental creativity that Divinity 2 had.
Sorry. No. Don't fall. Please don't fall. Okay. I'm gonna do my little jump now. Maybe there's not enough space. What do you mean there's not enough space? There is enough space. Apparently not. Oh, yeah. I wonder if that's a bug that I have. No. Oh, there you go.
Yep. That seems to be a bug. Yeah, there are a lot of bugs in this demo.
This builder blocks me. So I'm gonna send the mate. No! Oh man, why do you have to follow mage hands? Shit. Alright, let's see. Oh, well, that's handy mage hand. The perception check was successful. It's not supposed to have a perception check, but it's good of mage hand to do it. But that's cool because then I can actually throw this thing on that. There we go. So that way, there's no more grease coming out of it. And I'm going to jump. Oh yeah, I used my jump. Do you think I can make it? Maybe if I dash. I know what I'm going to do. But you have to stop. Alright. This is a bit harder than I expected it to be. So let me... Well, I know what I'm going to do. Alright. This is going to be a little bit non-orthodox, but... There you go. So that's going to take that grease away, and let's just see what happens when I get out of turn-based. My crate is broken. Oh man. Okay. Well, I'll bet I made a corridor here, so that's good.
Man, this trap has got the developer really... This trap room, that is. It's got this dev stumped.
I'll get out of here eventually, but... hopefully today. I guess I can walk over there and stand in the grease for a second. Okay. Alright, go over there. Yeah. Okay. And then make that jump. No, just have to get there now. Well, one more turn out. I'll not jinx it.
Well, he's almost there.
Okay. Can I dash again? Yeah, that should do it.
Hey, well, there we go.
Don't fall. Okay, we made it outside of the very evil trap.
Oh, man. That took way longer than it should have.
So we're gonna get to the final room of this mini dungeon. So this is the kind of situation you'll find yourself in if you're in multiplayer and you're just dashing off and leaving your party behind. You can always manage. It's just sometimes a little bit tricky.
So many dead. No signs of a struggle.
So we're entering a big room, and so you see a bunch of skeletons on the floor. So you are all gamers. You know what's going to happen. These guys are going to race. So here's a little trick I figured out: is I can take their weapons away. Now, unfortunately, because disarming somebody is actually a valid action, the AI developers are making it so that they will pick up the weapons. That they, if they see something on the floor and they're unarmed, the AI will actually come to the same the conclusion on its own.
Oh, okay,
but luckily,
that makes sense.
It's not implemented yet, so we can take advantage of this today. I'm gonna give this guy a sword just so that we can see the difference between the guys. Did I have all of them? I just want to make sure that the guys with the bow don't have a... Do you have a bow? there's another marksman over there, yeah. So I'm gonna try the final heist of this little tomb raiding adventure, and if I fail, they'll spot me. And then when they spot me, what's going to happen is that they are going to, well, they'll shoot me, and then I'll die, and then it's these fellas that have to come back and get me, and they are obviously not very good at it, as you can see from their health bars. I'll then consider whether or not
One of
to
them's
resurrect them.
real dead, and the other one's barely alive.
Okay, my perception failed, so I need Gale. So, but Gale has a shortcut. There was actually a... Oh, he can also bring Astarian's boots back. So there's an actual shortcut, but I didn't want to do it because when you do it, it alerts the guards on the inside and they all gang up, and then I can't do Astarian on his own. If you shoot this thing and somebody's standing under it, he'll die. But it also creates a hole in the floor. So,
Oh,
like this,
that's
I can
interesting.
jump in it. Here we go. And then we find ourselves into this room here. And then like this, I can open this room. So that was a shortcut. But then they, basically all the bandits that are in this dungeon then stand outside of this door and they're ready to kill you. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's go that way.
What happens if his perception check fails too?
So he'll have a better chance at doing succeeding in a history check.
Oh, is it a history?
No, it's perception though. Actually.
Yeah, perception.
Let's just try it out. Maybe we won't open it today, so it's another secret. The game is full of secrets. Exploration is heavily rewarded. You will never see all the secrets in one go. It's impossible. So if you're min-maxer, you will curse at us. Yeah, thank you. All right,
there we go.
Get you out of here because otherwise I can't do my little Astarian on all alone stuff. So I'm going to send you over here. This is the exit. So this is where in a second Astarian will have to manage to get himself. Okay. Press the button. Click. Get inside here.
A lot of effort to hide one sarcophagus.
Indeed. I wonder what will happen. Just in case. Okay, so the reason why we came here is because we wanted, we have poison, that's fine, because we can throw poison at people, but not at skeletons, of course. But there's Amulet of Joy and Sorrow, which gives me the Speak with Dead spell.
Speak with
Speak
Dead.
Dead is something that you can do.
That is also classic D&D.
Provided they have a mouth.
What? Does it not look good?
Oh, hells! Something just woke up.
Unfortunately, I don't have my... I just realized that this is the reason I keep my speed potion in general. Let's see... Right.
He's gonna try to sneak out of there, I guess, instead of fighting them?
Why are you standing here anyway? Alright, let's just hug the wall and wait for him to move. Let's wait a little bit longer. There you go. Okay. This should be easy at this point. So this is also why we need some better indications so that we're working on. Because this looks bright because the artist put the light here, but for the game, it's a heavily obscured zone. So these kind of things that we still need to fix. All right, I'll be good, I think. With the potion of speed, I was already out of here. Somebody made me drink it. Right. Thank you for that, but ooh.
Whoa.
Well, I'm heavily obscured. They actually have dark vision, so it should have been a check. So I think that the system just didn't register it fast enough.
Yeah, I think the Larian team is doing a lot of note-taking as they're watching this.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The dark vision does work, so. But it's fine. It's good. I mean, like, look, we're almost at the exit. Yeah, and they have no arrows, they have no bows, they have no weapons. Look, they all have their hands. Like, so, this is exactly...
You're just gonna have to make a mad dash for it.
The AI is trying to figure out what the hell am I going to do. I'm going to dash. Where's my dash? That's going to allow me to get very far. Okay. And then don't do anything. All right. And then that's my movement bar, by the way. So the amount of movement I have.
Oh.
Joins the thing, the action.
There is the party member.
Oh, I only have 5 minutes left? Oh, shit. Oh.
Oh, they only had an hour and a half of a slot?
Yeah, my phone is charging. I forgot my timer, so. All right, well, I wanted to show you one last thing, so a little bit of audience participation. So let me try to do that as fast as I can.
Oh, wow. That's an issue. That's one hell of a way to end that. What?
He gave up.
Why did he die?
No, I don't think I'm going to get out of it. Well, that's a real pity.
What is?
I managed.
Oh wow, this
Click it in here. I can hold on. Let me do this one thing. No, just do. Who's having? Oh, it's the hand. No, it's not the hand. No. Well,
damn.
Okay, well, since I only have 5 minutes, that will be the end of my presentation for today.
That's rough. Oof.
We have time for a few questions, Jesse. If you
Do we?
yeah.
I mean, there's already a guy lining up. Go for it. Yeah.
All right.
Oh,
I've
man.
Never
So,
played Baldur's Gate before, and based on what I've seen so far, I really, really, really want to now. However, my luck is abysmal. What advice do you have for someone with awful luck other than
You're
playing
asking him?
The guy who missed with like a
Other than
90%
playing
chance
on
to hit.
easy.
Yeah, so there's ways that you can modify your dice. You seek out advantage, which allows you to roll twice. So that's something that's important. We will have an easier mode. We still have to balance stuff also. So the values that you're seeing right now were pretty much straight out of the book. So sometimes it's fairly harsh. But we'll make sure that when it gets to you, this is one of the reasons we're going to early access, it will be manageable. Because as you can see, it's fairly brutal sometimes.
Thank you. Can't wait to play it.
Thank you.
Hi. So, quick question. Is it possible to restat your companions?
Sorry, say that again?
Can you restat your companions?
So, yes, you will be able to modify your companions' ability points and their class. Yeah, I can't answer that question yet.
Okay, thank you.
So the reason why I couldn't answer your question is because it's a point of discussion right now.
Still in development.
For spell slots, do they recharge after a long rest or after...
long rest.
Long rest, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there are spell
you
slots.
need to go back to camp. Actually, the next thing that we were going to do was resurrect them and go to camp and have a camp moment so that we would respec, and then we actually had a big finale, but we never got there.
Sorry about making you use that potion. I know you said this is early access and everything, but there's one interaction that happened that I have to ask about. You didn't tell anyone you were a vampire, and you walk up into camp, oh, I'm gonna do like the Daywalkers do, look at their companion. I didn't mean that. Was that a bug in the system where she's supposed to react, or?
In the cinematic, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a small moment of a note that it froze there.
Okay.
You didn't get anything.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I wanted to ask, what consoles is this game going to be coming on? I know it's coming out on like Stadia, I think, but
yeah. So we've only announced PC and Stadia. That's all we're talking about for now.
All right, cool.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll release it on consoles at some point.
This game is pretty much removed from the previous two Baldur's Gate games. Is there a chance that we might see characters from our previous adventures, such as a particular ranger with a hamster companion?
So we're only talking about the 5 companions that we're showing today, unfortunately. So I can't answer that question.
Just curious, the part where you attacked your companion, I noticed that was sort of a real-time combat. Is it going to be strictly turn-based like we saw, or are we going to have the option for that?
Everything is happening in turn-based. So that was actually, she didn't react to it. She should have reacted, but her reaction system isn't ready yet. So she should have reacted to the fact that I stabbed her.
Thank you.
But no, combat is turn-based, Dungeons & Dragons is turn-based, and we wanted to do a port that was as faithful as we could, but still make for a good video game. And by doing it this way, we can actually pretty much do one-on-one mapping of a lot of systems, and that works quite well.
You know, Baldur's Gate 2 was
I'm a big fan
real-time.
of Baldur's Gate. I had a question. Is there going to be like an alignment system? Is it going to impact with kind of how the storyline plays out and who you can interact with?
In 5th edition, alignment is less pronounced than it used to be. When we started out working on it, we actually also had in our heads we're going to make alignment a really big thing. But then Wizards actually asked us a little bit to tone it down because they didn't want it to make it that black and white anymore. However, you are going to, depending on your actions, you have good characters. Gale is a good character, for instance. He's not going to stay very long with you if you're going to keep on doing very, very, very crazy, evil things. And it's a real pity that we didn't get to the end of my presentation because I was going to do the ultimate evil thing. I was going to bite one of my companions at night. But it failed. But there will be a lot of press up, and you will be able to see it in the stuff that they have to talk about. And I was going to let you decide whether or not we're going to do the bite, and then whether or not we're going to completely drain my companion or leave a little bit of blood.
Jesus.
And it kind of follow.
You know we would have told you to do it.
Yes, of course. I mean, but it's your choice, right? So you roll with your choices. And then there's a d20 that you have to roll to see if she actually detects it or not, which is kind of cool.
A stealth roll.
Follow up to that. Will your actions affect your alignment? Like if you start off good and make a bunch of evil choices.
So whether your alignment is going to change. So we actually don't show alignments right now in the game. So there is no modification of alignment for the moment.
Hi Sven, it's me.
Hi Adam.
Manchester United 3, Club Brugge 0. Bye.
So that's Adam Smith. He's one of the senior writers on Baldur's Gate 3. He's a Manchester United fan. I'm from Bruges in Belgium, and our teams were playing now as the presentation started, and so he just felt this was necessary.
Hey there, huge fan of you guys. I had a quick question regarding early access. Could you talk a little bit more about that? Like, rough estimate for a release date, how much of the campaign's going to be ready, anything like that?
Wait, there's somebody waving with a time. Does that mean I have to shut up? Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Q&A's over.
Question. So we're going to roll it into early access when bugs like what you saw are all gone. We're very curious to get the community feedback, so that's the thing that's very important for us. We'll make sure there's enough content in there to keep you busy. We'll make sure that you don't have all the content, so that when the release comes, you'll get plenty of content to play through, pretty much like we did with our previous games. But I can't give you the exact figures on that just yet. All right, I guess that's going to be the last question. All right, thank you.
All right, so that's the demo, folks. So, no doubt that the demo was technically very, very rough. Couldn't get to the end because of that glitch, that bug of like hopping back and forth between combat mode and real-time mode. And there were plenty of janky elements to that whole demo. And this is an early build, and I can appreciate the fact that they're not trying to hide anything, you know what I mean? Like, they're just showing the game as it is now. I think they could have prepared better for it, but also at the same time, the systems of a game like you know, Divinity Original Sin 2 or Baldur's Gate 3 in this case, are so like in flux, and it's just like this. I as someone who's played Divinity 2, I can relate to the stuff happening there. Except Divinity 2 obviously is more polished, given that it was released as a final game, whereas this is an early build. So yeah, there's a lot of polish left to do. People are raising the question of, is it Baldur's Gate though, or is it just Divinity Original Sin 3 that's using Baldur's Gate lore, Forgotten Realms lore? Is it too much like Divinity Original Sin 2? And then on the other hand, Divinity Original Sin 2 was a really awesome game, so it doesn't matter if it's too much like Divinity. But it's also Baldur's Gate, and is the identity of Baldur's Gate going to be there at the end when the game launches? Like, that's sort of the discussion I saw in the chat. I think I need to see more of the game before I get super hyped. I love Divinity 2 so much that, you know, I think I can... yeah, I can kind of be optimistic, because I know the kind of experiences that Larian makes. But also for a newcomer, seeing that demo, I don't know how they're going to feel, because that was definitely rough. There were cool moments in there, but the technical kind of mishaps got in the way, which was unfortunate, but, you know, it kind of... it's bound to happen in an early game like that. And it's kind of what can happen when you're doing live gameplay and not doing pre-recorded footage. I get the sense that they are going to release like a pre-recorded version of gameplay that goes much more smoothly on YouTube or something in the next few days. But yeah, I think the game's like, once it gets fully fleshed out, it's going to be amazing. I think, based on what I know about like Divinity Original Sin 2, and based on what I'm seeing here and what they're going for, I think there's a lot of potential with this game. It's just the demo, yeah, it was rough. I had a lot of fun watching the chaos unfold, and it harkened to the kinds of experiences you have when you play real Dungeons and Dragons, where you think you have a plan and you think it's a solid plan, and then everything goes awry. Yeah, I don't know. The demo could have been more refined, and it's unfortunate that all of these technical mishaps cropped up on the day of the demo. I mean, they probably tested the game out and things were fine when they tested it out, but on the day of the demo, all of a sudden things go awry. Kind of like what happened with the Cybertruck when they threw the ball at the glass during testing. It never broke, but then on the day of, on stage, the glass broke, the window broke. It feels like that's kind of what's happening here. Yeah, what do you guys think? I don't know. It's just, I love just how open-ended the game is in terms of the way you can approach combat, the way you can interact with the environment. You can throw your boots at frickin' enemies and improvise that way. There's a lot of improvisational aspects to this type of experience. And yeah, even with Divinity Original Sin 2, I remember pulling off some crazy stuff and doing missions in ways that I kind of just improvised and thought out of the blue and ended up working out. And I can see that stuff's going to carry through in Divinity, or not Divinity, Baldur's Gate 3. It's, but yeah, a lot of people so far in the chat seem to love it. Seem to really like enjoy what it's going for, even if the demo had those technical mishaps. I'm looking forward to seeing what this will look like a year from now. Or actually, when is this supposed to release? Let's see, Baldur's Gate 3 release date. Did they say 2020? Okay, it's going to be an early access in 2020. They're going to get the community feedback, and then we'll see where it goes from there. But all things considered, I'm personally really excited about this game. And I know there's going to be like the Baldur's Gate enthusiasts who played 1 and 2, who maybe wanted more of that, who may be a little disappointed at the fact that it's more like Divinity than it is Baldur's Gate as far as gameplay goes, but I'm curious to see how they flesh out the Baldur's Gate lore. I'm curious to see how all of the D&D systems kind of synergize. I'm looking forward to seeing more. And yeah, there's some people in the chat saying, it looks great, but is it Baldur's Gate? I don't know about that. Because it's more of a Larian RPG than a Baldur's Gate-like RPG. So, you know, I think there are plenty of valid sentiments being expressed. At the end of the day, though, all we can do for now is wait and see what happens. But, yeah, I think we can call it there. We've the live stream has gone on for long enough, I think. And thank you guys for hanging out. This was a lot of fun. I had a lot of just good laughs with some of the things that happened in the demo. I really enjoyed the freedom and just some of the weird shit that the developer did and some of the weird ways he improvised. That's always been a cool part of Divinity, and I'm glad that's carrying forth in Baldur's Gate 3. And once they fix the bugs and smoothen everything out, it could be really cool. So that's just my general thoughts. All right, yeah. Thank you for tuning in, folks. Be on the lookout for more coverage of games like Baldur's Gate 3. Wish the developers the best, because they seem to have the best intentions with this game. You know, there's probably not going to be any microtransactions bullshit or anything. This is a labor of love for them. And so, in the end, I ultimately hope everything pans out. And if Divinity Original Sin 2 is any indication, I think Baldur's Gate 3 is going to be something pretty spectacular once they, you know, go further along in development and finish the game and polish it. So, yeah, thanks for hanging out. And with that, I will see you guys next time. Yong out.